So please start. Mr. Sreeram.
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon all. This is Sreeram Ponnada. I'm product manager at Amrotex. So, at Amrotex, we are a software company. We develop digital solutions for the aquaculture industry. We have been in this market for around 5 years. So now I would like to demonstrate how our applications can be used by the aquaculture industry, various players in the aquaculture industry, to stop guessing and start thriving based on uh, data analytics and digital transformation. To start with, I would like to give a small brief about the aquaculture industry. Indian aquaculture industry is the second largest producer in the world. We produce around 13.7 million metric tons of fish and shrimp in 2020-21. And there is an annual average growth rate of 8% for the last 8 years. This industry has been consistently growing for the past 3 decades in India. It's one of the stably growing contributor to our GDP. Out of this aquaculture sector, shrimp alone, frozen shrimp alone, produce around $5.8 billion, which is the top export item of Indian aquaculture industry. It contributes the global the economic contributions of the aquaculture industry are as follows. We contribute around 8% of the global production. Indian aquaculture industry contributes around 1% to the national GDP, contributes 5.15% to the agricultural GDP. When it comes to employment, it is giving around 14 million people employment in this country. That is around 1.4 crore people are associated with this industry. So what is driving what are the growth drivers of the Indian aquaculture industry? There is a huge demand for protein-based food, and in the last few years, the changing lifestyle and food habits of people all across the world have changed, and there is a huge demand. There is an increasing demand for protein-based food and protein-based diet. And seafood is one of the best source of high protein food, because seafood also has different kind of minerals, micronutrients also compared to poultry. Different shrimps, different fish, different species of them give you additional benefits. So this uptick in the food habits of people choosing the protein diet has created a huge demand for the aquaculture industry. On the supply side, India has around 10% of the biodiversity. We can cultivate or culture different kinds of shrimp, different species of fish. It's a huge biodiversity that can be tapped. Indian geography and environment conditions suit wide variety of seafood, and around 2.2 million square kilometers of land is available in India, which can be completely utilized for inland aquaculture. Beyond this, even the government has various policies has been in the recent years. The recent Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sahaya Yojana is a production-linked incentive scheme for food processing, especially for the aquaculture industry. It has been started with a budget of 75,000, roughly 75,000, 7,500 crores. And recently they have also started the Matsya Kisan Samriddhi Sahay Yojana. This is targeted to bring an investment of 6,000 crores to the Indian aquaculture farmers. Now, after a brief of the industry, what are the challenges in this industry is uh, Indian aquaculture is really an organized market with marginal collision between different players in the ecosystem. So the primary problem here is different players like a feed supplier and the farmer. They have limited access to each other. The farmer in a certain region has only one or two options when it comes to seed, feed, or healthcare, and he has to live with that options, and he has to, even though they are producing bad result, he doesn't have the option or access to other players, better shrimp, better shrimp seed or healthcare. That is the primary problem of the Indian aquaculture industry, and uh, there is no provision, like there is no data transfer. What is happening at the farm, the feed provider doesn't know properly. So if he doesn't know whether his feed is performing well, under what conditions his feed is performing well, whether the climate is affecting. So this lack of uh, information transfer and transparency is one of the key challenges in the Indian aquaculture industry, which our company is trying to address. A very good example of this is the seed which we use for the shrimp uh, is comes from Florida and Hawaii, out of India. It's a Pacific. It is the brood is caught in the Pacific Ocean. There are few companies which are breeding broods. They sell it, and we are using the same shrimp for the last 20, same breeds of shrimp for the last 20 years, which favor more Pacific, like, which suit the environment near the Pacifics rather than India. Because here the farmers or the hatcheries are not collecting the right information and passing on the information. We don't have any indigenous breeds or breeds which do perform better or more resistant to disease in Indian environment or the local environment. And another problem is another challenge is inefficient mechanisms to check product efficacy and performance. So this is another challenge. You are a farmer, you see that your growth rate in your shrimp is low or your fish is low, then you want to try a different feed or a different healthcare product to improve your growth rate. You buy the product, there is no mechanism to measure whether this product is good or bad. You can't have any kind of like scientific determination whether this product has worked in your scenario or not. So this is a major problem. So farmers usually go with whatever the uh, common consensus is, like this will work or that will work. If it didn't work, it's a complete loss for the farmer. Rather than finding out better products, they are relying uh, on selling their crop earlier than realizing its full potential. An example of this is, so in the shrimp industry, uh, 100 count is what we call as a break-even point. So that's a point where the farmer will not face any losses. So if the growth rate at his farm is low, he is more likely to sell his to the culture till 100 count and sell it rather than going for the full potential and make profits at a better count like a 60 count or a 40 count. Because there is no way all the manufacturers or the providers will claim that their product is better. But in actuality, at the farm level, because every farm can be different, every soil is different, the weather conditions might be different. At a farm level, a product that works at a farm might not work the same way in a different farm. So a farmer doesn't have any way or any mechanism to figure out which products works for his situation. It's completely dependent on uh, whatever is there in the market, whether it works, whether it doesn't work, and he is facing losses due to it. Then three, even if the farmer wants to collect data, do some investigation, he doesn't have any tools around him to collect that amount of data because uh, shrimp or fish is a live animal, especially shrimp, because our company is more focused towards shrimp. Uh, it's a live animal. It grows for a period of 120 days. There are innumerable things that need to be captured, like feed. They feed 4 to 5 times a day. Then the composition of feed, what kind of feed, then are they doing any kind of antibiotic or probiotics or any uh, supplements with water quality? What is the water quality in the day? What's the water quality at the mid of the day? Even water quality changes very quickly. Uh, During the day, when there is sun, the water behaves differently. At night, it behaves differently. So there are innumerable things he has to capture. Many of the farmers which we have visited in and around Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Orissa, they maintain books. They log all the information they believe they can capture. But this amount of data, they are unable to use it effectively because there is too much data. If you have 20 farms and you are feeding 6 times a day, that is 120 data points per day. And if you spread it across a culture period, 120 days, uh, just noting down in books, you can't compare one pond to another. What worked in this pond, what didn't work in the adjacent pond, because there are too many data points. So the farmers need a really efficient way of collecting their data at the same time get a better view, better insights from the data they are capturing. And also there is a huge lack of best practices and insufficient knowledge and training on best practices in disease management and sustainable farming techniques among farmers. A lot of our farming, aquaculture farming is very unorganized and there is no connectivity or transparency with the end consumer, that is the buyer or a retailer or an exporter. Exporter knows what are the best practices, but they never trickle down to the farmers because there is a lot of middlemen and agents who procure it from the farmers and sell it to the exporters, and farmer is under no incentive to improve his practices. So only a few exporters demand to direct trading, direct purchases from the farmers, and they demand some kind of certifications. There is something called BAB certification, that is best practices for the aquaculture farming. So the farmers usually are not well aware with the best practices and also disease management and other sustainable farming techniques. As I said, the exporter and the farmer, they don't have a link up. The same way the hatchery and the farmer, they don't have a proper link up. The farmer is generally doesn't have much access or communication with the other players except for the feed manufacturers. Due to this, he never knows what is the demand for something, when should he do his stocking, when should he harvest, what is the best time to put a crop, start a culture, what is the best time to sell, because the rates are fluctuating. Someday 40 count is good, someday 80 count is good. He never has any information regarding this. This gap in knowledge, gap in communication hinders his planning, production, and it doesn't make it any profitable. And this lack of integration between the players, the farmer, if he sends his data to the hatchery, then the hatchery guy will understand whether the rate of seed, the seed he is producing, can whether it is working in a certain geographic location or he has to change something. The same way, he has to send information what is happening on the ground, what is happening at the farm level, what is happening at the hatchery level, how shrimp is performing to certain geographic levels. That data can be sent to breeders to build the more resistant uh, traits or genetics that work for Indian or local conditions. On the other hand, we have a lack of infrastructure for storage and transportation and processing of aquaculture products. So a farmer can't store his products, he can't afford to build a cold storage to store the shrimp, because once the shrimp or fish is out of water, it starts decaying. He has to immediately put it in a cold storage. He doesn't have, he can't risk the decay, so he has to sell it immediately. He is completely dependent on an agent or a middleman. So and the middleman and the agents actually dictate the terms. Whatever rate they give, the farmer has to oblige with whatever the agent or the middleman is offering. Now, these are some key challenges we find and we would like to address with our products in the agriculture industry. Now, let's uh, look at our products. Market Connect is our flagship product. This product is built on mobile platform, and the primary goal of this product is to bring communication between different players in this sector, in the agriculture sector. What we have been emphasizing here is the farmer should be able to know what is happening in the market, what is the demand, what is the supply side of the things. You should be able to directly communicate with an exporter. You should be able to directly communicate with an hatchery, get the best seed or most suitable seed for this geographical location. You should also be able to get a best price for it. You should be able to have multiple options in front of him when he's going to buy a seed or even sell his produce. So here, Market Connect, we have two features right now. We are expanding on the features. Currently, we have Find Seed and Buyer Connect. So what Find Seed is, we have collaborated with a a lot of hatcheries. And there are around 100 hatcheries who have registered and signed into our platform, our Market Connect platform, where they post their daily availability of seed. So all the hatcheries put whatever they have today. If they have Banani PL30 and what price they are going to give, if they have any special offers, they can also add their PCR reports to various testing tests for the seed and the farmers through the Market Connect platform. They can view the list of all, they can pick and select what suits them best, what prices are suitable to them, what breeds that are suitable to them. They can contact the hatcheries directly and they can negotiate further. So we in the Market Connect platform, we are just connecting people. We are not doing any transactions here. So we provide the farmer with the available seed in the market, who is producing it, and his product. It goes the same way around. The hatchery will be able to look at farmers who are interested in his seed. They can contact the farmer directly, they can negotiate and make the purchase. Seed is a live animal, it's a very time sensitive commodity. It hardly like the selling window for a shrimp seed is around 3 to 4 days only. So a hatchery also has a problem that he overproduces for the most of the time. He produces 2 million of PL7 banana seed today, but today there are no farmers who are interested in buy. So even the hatchery guys are at a very difficult situation where they are usually overproducing and underselling. So this bridges the gap between the farmers and the hatcheries. Farmers will benefit from competitive pricing because there are so many hatcheries who are trying to compete each other on the platform, and he gets to know about these hatcheries, which he previously couldn't. The farmers in a locality would know one or two hatcheries nearby to this locality and only depend on even if the seed is bad, even if the seed is not suitable, he had bad cultures, the seed he is locally sourcing, he doesn't have any access or knowledge around what all hatcheries are doing and when are they selling, what breeds they are selling. So this enables them to get a huge option. We can choose, try different things, and this is in real time. So because hatchery is posting his seed availability today for the next 3 days. Generally, as I said, it is a 3 to 4 days window. The farmer will contact him in the next 3 to 4 days. The farmer who is interested can buy his seed immediately. And the hatcheries are also getting benefited through this because there is direct connection with farmer. There is no middleman, and they are able to gauge once they use it for a year or more. They are able to gauge the demand. When there is demand, they can plan their production accordingly and control overproduction. And because after the 3 to 4 day period of a shrimp seed, the most anybody can do is destroy it. It can't be used anywhere. Nobody buys it. It has to be completely destroyed. So that kind of losses can be completely diminished using this find seed feature of our Market Connect. Here we are providing direct communication between both the parties. So they can chat, they can plan for next cultures. We are already giving them numbers. They, through the platform, they can chat one farmer who is interested to buy. In the next couple of months, he can give a advance booking or something. The hatcheries can plan it accordingly and deliver it on time. The next feature is the buyer connect. Now, farmer has procured his seed, he has done his culture. Almost at the end of the culture, now he is looking for buyers. He doesn't know what is the demand in the market. He doesn't know where to go. Exporters don't buy in small quantities. Uh, and he can't directly approach exporters. So now at buyer connect, he can post his harvest like in a date range between 1st February to 10th February. He's going to do his harvest. He has stocked Bonami crop. He's expecting a price around 50 rupees per kg, and his expected count is 100, and his expected biomass is 5,000 kgs. So all the buyers, typically exporters and processors, who are also registered with our platform, can view this. They can look which farmer is going to harvest in the upcoming 10 to 15 days. If they have a requirement, they can directly contact them, make a deal, and do the purchase. At the same time, the buyers can also put their demand requirements. That is, now a buyer want, like in the next couple of months, I an exporter, I would like to procure 1,000 tons of Wanami seed, Wanami at 100 count. I'll put it in my platform so that the farmers, whoever are near that, whoever are matching the time frame, can contact me directly and uh, negotiate the price and complete the purchase. This way, the farmers are able to view the demand. What is the demand of the buyers? What they want, when they want, and also what prices are working out in the market. And the buyers are benefited in a way that they are directly able to contact with the farmers. Uh, they can directly negotiate with them. There is no middleman in between. And if an exporter has any compliance, like there are various compliances now regarding the food, what practices, what kind of medication has been used, he can convey it to the farmers, stating that if you are using this probiotics, uh, this can't be sold in the export market. So the information is trickled down to the farmer. Farmer is incentivized to learn the best practices so that he can sell in the export market. If, the information flow is transparent, that works very beneficial for the both farmers and the exporter. So this is Market Connect. We have launched Market Connect 2 years back, and we have started with Find Seed. We have 100 hatcheries onboarded in our platform, and a lot of farmers, 2000 to 2005 farmers, have been using our Market Connect feature, Market Connect Find Seed feature. There are daily posts of availability posts of 50, 50 to 60 seed availability postings here. And this Market Connect is both compatible, also is compatible with fish also. Even with fish, we are seeing a lot of fish hatcheries who are willing to sell their spawn or fingerling coming onto our platform. Buyer Connect, with Buyer Connect, Buyer Connect is a feature we have recently launched. It's just in 3 months. We have onboarded around 5 buyers or exporters, and we have the same farmer base who are using this, and they are able to make deals. Now, another product was now as Market Connect deals with the communication and the transparency in the industry. Blue Bay, next product, Blue Bay Farm Management deals with the data issue, the lack of proper mechanisms to track day-to-day activities in a shrimp farm. So Bluebay is a comprehensive shrimp farm management suite that streamlines data collection, pond monitoring, inventory and expense management, and even connects you to buyers for more profitable and efficient operations. So what we do in Bluebay is a kind of enterprise suite where the farmer can record all his data, day-to-day activities, what is happening, how many times he has fed, how much quantity he has fed, what feed, commercial feed he has used, any any other activities he has performed in the farm, his check observations, all day-to-day activities can be logged in this, and this is pond specific. So each pond he can add all the activities done in a day, and external activities like climate is captured by our application by itself. Wind, rain, weather conditions, everything is done automatically. You can add a soil type. That way he can capture all the data, all the points for a culture period. And as and when he's adding this data, he can utilize that information uh, in a very productive way. This enables, as I said, there is a lot of data. The farmer is having difficulty to organize his data and bring out a valuable insight out of it. That's exactly what Way farm management does. Because it collects all the data, it does some minor analytics, and it presents the data that is really useful for the farmer. Some insights. He can do some kind of calculations. You can see on the right side of the screen there is a small graph. This is the DOC, that is the base of culture, and on the other side we are looking at growth. Is currently Farmer is currently here. 30 days. His ABW is 28 grams. Conversion is 650. Cumulative feed is 650. He can estimate when he is going to reach an ABW of 4.5, how much feed he is going to need that day, how much biomass he is going to produce that day, what is his feed conversion ratio at that point, what is his expected survival rate. So these kind of tools, the farmer, these are calculations, these are not any data like data analytics or predictions. These are basic calculations based on the industry standards. So uh, once he is once he uses the app and is to collect various data points, our application uses that data to present in various insights of what's happening in his farm and how to improve or how to improve any aspect of his culture. He can also deal with any issue in the culture effectively. Now we also mentioned another challenge, that is data, like product efficacy. Now, a typical farmer who is having a 20-pond farm, he has 20 shrimp ponds in it, want to try a different feed to see if it performs better. Now, uh, in one or two farms, he will try the one or two ponds, he will try this new feed, and the rest of the farm, he will use this old feed. Once the culture is done, during the during the culture itself, we can compare growth rates. Now, old field regimen is giving more growth rate, or the old new one is better. This kind of product efficacy information insights he can get. Now, if he uses a healthcare product, he can compare with the other forms. Has it improved? Has this healthcare product worked? Has it improved anything in this pond or not? So such kind of information and insights are what farmers are looking for. That's what they have been missing for a while. And this application provides him with that. Application provides him a way to collect this data and also uh, make meaningful insights of the data collected. Another feature in the Bluebay application is this aquaculture. This is a chat feature where you can connect with your uh, SMEs, doctors, with whom you would like to share your data. So what happens uh, in a crisis situation? The farmer has seen that his shrimp is not growing, or there is some kind of discoloration. He will take his species, he will go to a shrimp doctor or a subject matter expert, SME, and then the SME will ask him, go and get this test done. What is the soil type? What is how many days of culture? All the information the SME needs to diagnose, the SME would be asking for the farmer, and our farmer is finding it very difficult because he has not recorded a lot of data. Now, because he's already been recording all the activities at farm, and he can join his SME, whoever he goes to regularly in this application. So he can chat with him directly. He can send a photo like there is a discoloration, there is shrimp activity is less, the tree observations of that. Whatever it is, he will take a photo or a text message, and whatever he can communicate it with the SME directly, and the SME will get the complete report of that form. Like you can see what was the pH, what was the TO, what is the current ABW, what was the feed given till date, what is the FCR ratio. So he is getting a complete report card of what all things have happened with this form, and he will be able to diagnose better and diagnose quickly. So that is a very major advantage uh, with this aquatalk. We call this aquatalk. This is a chat feature we have provided farmers. Farmer can add the SME or any people who from whom he takes advice from, and the data will be can be shared with you. And you because you are capturing all your data, uh, you get real-time insights of your farm inventory and what is your production cost today. You get so how much like at the mid of the culture you are looking how much I have spent on what is which expenses is going on the higher side, which expenses is going on the lower side. At the same time, you can look at inventory when I need to reorder my inventory, what is the expected date when my even I will come out of feed. You will also get alerts and notifications like I put you 2 tons of feed. I've started applying. I started my culture logging my daily feed given, and I'll get an alert when my feed is going to complete, like 2 to 3 days in advance. Like go and buy go and buy feed or any other inventory item. So you get smart alerts wherever you are. You can keep a track of things at your fingertips.
Sir, you have completed your presentation, sir?
No, 1 minute. My mouth is dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, then our next product is Blue Hatch. This is an end-to-end hatchery management suite that simplifies data collection. Uh, it allows for tracking of food stock, maturation, rearing costs, end-to-end. Manage inventory, expenses, and connect with farmers for more efficient and profitable hatchery operations. Hatchery operations are very intricate, need to be monitored very closely. Uh, we have uh, we have associated with a lot of hatcheries to build this application because uh, and there are a wide variety of processes that happen in a hatchery, and each process has its own different kind of needs and challenges. Like there is a food stocking phase, then there is maturation. Maturation is like the mating, day-to-day mating activities, then the larval rearing section, that's the rearing process. Uh, all these things have different needs, different data points that work in favor of them, different challenges. So what Blue has does is from good stock to sale, we capture everything, and it allows for the hatcheries to track, analyze the data efficiently, analyze their expenses, plan. They can do production planning also uh, more accurately. This is a typical dashboard of our Blue Hatch application. Some of the key benefits of Blue Hatch are like a hatchery would like to know which brood and which brood lines are performing better than the others in his hatchery. So, by capturing various metrics like fertility, survival rate, production response cycle, and the precision analysis of various groups on these key metrics, we are able to identify which group is performing better in this hatchery. Performance here mean production rate, low mortality. So to produce all these key metrics, certain amount of data has to be captured in each process, and this well application enables them to do so in a very easy way. And this Blue Hatch application, because the hatchery processes are well defined compared to a farm operation, it is really very intuitive and very easy to use uh, with minimal inputs and maximum emphasizing on maximum outputs. Then now with this Blue Hatch application, a lot of hatcheries are able to optimize their feed regimen, feed regimes for optimal growth and survival. So what the hatcheries usually do is they don't use only one set of feed. They use their own cocktail. In each hatchery has different cocktails of feed, feed regimen which work for different breeds in the same plant. So they can compare, like because in a hatchery, the food used for the uh, rearing in the rearing section combines different elements. You know, you have commercial feeds, you can have live feed that is uh, algae, then you can have some kind of functional feeds. So they mix it up, they have their own ratio like 50% commercial feed, 30% live feed, 20%. So they are doing this customized feeding strategies with each brood stock, each brood batch. So they can compare and they can look which protocol is working better for them, which protocol is working at different stages of the monopoly growth, and they can tailor their feeds. They can understand better. They can plan better to maximize growth and survival rates during the critical rearing cycle. Now, they also get comprehensive insights of informed decision making. They can monitor all their processes, process level key metrics are generated at the same time. Expenses from production side metrics are generated, and even the sales data is also generated. Using these data, they can make better decisions to optimize operations and push their profitability. Now they are empowered using Blue Hatch. They are empowered in breeding more disease resistant shrimp seed. They have tools for breed selection, and they can see the view the data of what is working out. They can because Blue Hatch, Blue Bay, they are they can be integrated. So a hatchery, when he sells his seed with a select set of farmers, he can engage uh, into a program where he can get the data from the farmers of the performance of this shrimp, of his seed at the farm level, and he can plan his hatchery processes such that uh, it is more disease resistant or it has better traits. Because usually hatchery guy is limited with the information he has in his premises, that is his hatchery, that is from broodstock to PL6. Till here he has the information. From PL6 to the harvest, that happens at a different site, in a different geographic location, and done by a different person. And he never gets that information. With Blue Hatch, because it has integration with Blue Bay, we can also get that information. We can pass on that information to the broodstock provider. They can work on building better genetics with better traits. Now they can do a lot of work with the production planning. Once a hatchery manager opens his hat and sees what is the availability, like he will see in which tank how much million of seed is available. He will he will discuss it with his sales technician, and he will say in the next few days we are going to be producing around 2 tons of 2 million of seed. Uh, uh, and the sales guy can do an objective based sales activity to sell all the seed. So he can do this 2 to 3 days in advance, not that and reduce overproduction. They with the tank wise, here we are showing one on the left side shows you the tank wise availability of seed using this. They can optimize their sales efficiency, while the right side gives a stage wise availability using which they can optimize their production processes. When to reduce production, when to increase production, when to reduce mating based on this stage wise data. He can manage his payments, inventory. He can do spend analysis, where his expenses are going, what is the expense spend analysis in maturation section or in a layering section.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. We have completed 50 minutes, sir. If you can quickly finish, I'll take up one or two questions.
Okay, I think this is the last slide.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can manage inventory, payments. You can view on hand how much of any inventory is present when you have to reorder. You can also manage this has a mini tally in it, where you can also do track your transactions, payment dues, petty cash, also track everything. So that's our products, and on a global note, how it benefits the fisheries sector. We are looking on farm level and hatchery level. We are looking at increasing productivity and profitability. Then, because of the communication and vertical integration, we are looking at enhance of sustainability. So, everything can be traced from end to end. Then indigenous genetics, because there is a mechanism to collect data and transfer the data to people that benefit from it. The genetics of, uh, of shrimp and of fish can be built that are disease resistant. At the same time, better feed products can be built that give us better growth rates, that give us better feed conversion ratios, etc. Overall, uh, both micro industries and major industries inside the sector benefit from it unilaterally. So that's it from my end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation. We will take up the questions now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen and on your video, sir, so that we can
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll move on to the questions now. What types of data are essential for making informed decisions in aquaculture?
See, in agriculture, as I said, mentioned earlier, there is a huge set of data that has to be processed. Let's feed information. Uh, feed itself has multiple components to it, like how many times you are feeding in a day, what is the quantity you are feeding in a day, what is the composition of your feed, what is the protein in it, what is the food in it, what is the ash content in it. Then trajectory observations, how your species reacting to this feed. Then lunar activity, the environmental conditions, like one day it is the moisture is high, the shrimp are not eating properly. So only with one parameter, that is food, we are looking at 5 to 10 data points that need to be captured. If you say what is the key, water quality parameters and environmental conditions in feed. These three would be the primarily most important factors that can derive better analytics.
What are the potential cost savings and economic benefits of adapting a data-driven approach in aquaculture?
Uh, Benefits from a data driven. So currently what a lot of farmers do, or most of the farmers do, is there's a lot of guesswork in their feeding. There is a chart, uh, 0 to 120 days of DOC, how much you have to put for the day. There is no way to say actually calculate how much of the food is consumed at the bottom, because shrimp lies at the bottom of the tank. It's not visible. If the shrimp is eating, how efficiently is the feed being converted? And if there is death, there is like a 20% death of shrimp at the bottom of the pond. The farmer never knows. So he's just going with this chart of how much of a feed he has been provided with, and is putting that. With a data-driven approach, we are able to improve certain things such that, like, we have a smart meal program in our application, which suggests you how much you have to feed for the next day based on today's feed and today's observations. So we also capture certain other observations to calculate whether the shrimp is eating or not, whether there is any drop in survival. So if the shrimp is not consuming the feed effectively, you can reduce your feed. That way you are able to uh, save a lot of money, because feed is the biggest component of expense. That is where you spend all your money. Around 60 to 70% of the production cost is feed itself. And the other bigger problem with other advantage, I would say, is if your feed conversion is low, like your shrimp is not eating your feed, this accumulates at the bottom of the pond, and there is an ammonia buildup or sludge buildup. So when this buildup is more, uh, all the infections, diseases, everything happen, and usually you end up with the cancellation of your culture. So with the data-driven approach, what we are here doing is feed it optimally. So there is no wastage, and also there is saving, reducing risk on one hand, and also reducing the production costs on the other.
Okay, I'll take up the next question, sir. What are the main challenges faced when implementing data-driven approaches in aquaculture, and how to overcome these challenges?
Uh, One of the biggest challenges with our, like, with Blue Hatch application, we are able to, we have sorted out a lot of problems with the data. Ease of adding the data, and there is the second thing is adoption. With Blue Bay, we have very limited number of farmers. The farmer adoption is very low. Farmers are very skeptical of this kind of technologies, and they're usually afraid to engage with it. On the other note, there is a digital literacy aspect in it. They feel it very tedious, or they really don't like to add that amount of data uh, in our application on a daily basis. So we have been the last 2 years we have been working to how to simplify this data collection process. Uh, what uh, what better way and what simpler way we can do, because we can't keep on training more and more people on a regular basis, because like a 100 pond farm has 5 to 6 technicians, and there is further below 5 to 6 supervisors, and each supervisor would have 3 to 4 technicians. We can't train all of them at each farm site. So we have to, first thing is we have to make it really very simple. That is the target, that has been the target here. So we have been bringing out better and better ways to do that. The second thing is adoption. They don't, farmers are afraid of this kind of tech. We do a lot of farmer meetings to persuade them start using. They see the benefits. That's one thing that is really key here. The farmers understand benefits of this. Like, there are some points they will quickly understand. I can do this, do that, but there is a resistance. Sometimes it's culturally also they think like नजर लग जाएगा if somebody else looks at on data. So these kind of things are persistent in the agricultural market, and the adoption has been really slow.
Okay. Can you share some success stories or case studies from clients you have benefited from, who have benefited from your IoT solutions?
We have tech country. Some of our clients are a few corporate firms. Yeah. Neckanti is one corporate firm. Currently, CMR firm is majorly engaged with. Our story with CMR firms is the owner of it was interested. The supervisors were partially interested. The technicians were not interested. So once they have around 200 ponds at one side. So initially, what we used to do is the technician would write. They already maintain data in books. So each technician would send us the data. Our some representative from our company will collect all the data. He will put all the data in the mobile application. This used to happen on a day-to-day basis, and because as uh, as long as the customer doesn't see how he is going to benefit from it, practically it is not going to adopt it. And the owner used to view his dashboard on a daily basis, so he knows what is happening there, which technician. This is something we figured out is a concern for them later, that most technicians skip the work. They are unable to track their technicians. So the owner is very satisfied that each technician is doing his work on time. We have to track him. At the same time, as the culture progressed, he was able to compare a couple of ponds. So some ponds are doing better, some ponds are doing bad. Then he changed his technician there. Changed technician suddenly. The pond is working better. This pond is going bad. He was able to do it. After a culture, for the second culture, he himself went on the field and he started observing uh, what these two technicians are doing different. Based on that, he had made some changes to his farming practices. He has started bringing in some training regimen for all his technicians, that we have to do things like this one. There's no leeway here. In a course of time, he trained his own technicians to put the data in our app themselves. Now we are happy because we used to do a lot of data entry because coconut farms data on a, because as I said, there are so many variables here. So huge amount of data, it would take 3 to 4 hours to add all the data. So that guy, CMF once has been with us for quite long, and he has been giving various inputs to us to attract farmers. He himself has come up with the spend analysis. He has suggested a lot of tips and tricks like batch mode, feed, uh, and other things which now are really working out for us when we go for our sales activities.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Mr. Sreeram Ponnada for the talk and for answering the questions. I'd like to also thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir.